Stand out from the crowd of online coaches with storytelling Instagram posts that sell. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Robin. I help new and relatively new online coaches clarify their offer and attract their first couple of clients on Instagram. Many online coaches feel invisible on Instagram. With the fast-pacing feed and the constant distraction, it becomes near impossible for coaches to effectively cut through the noise and reach their ideal clients. So they struggle to effectively connect with their followers, leading to no engagement, no followers, and no sales. Storytelling is an insanely powerful way to clearly communicate your message so your followers will listen, and it has been recently popularized by Daniel Miller's book, Building a Story Brand. So think about all the great movies and books that you have read and that hooked you in. You could feel the shaking of the earth when Smaug woke up, or you could feel the sense of belonging when the Avengers assembled. Using storytelling in your content allows you to connect with your audience on a much deeper level, giving you the opportunity to draw them closer into your world and gain them as a client. But how do you use storytelling in your Instagram posts? Here are 4 classic story types that I like to use in my content. First, it's the hero's journey. It's the most classic story, and it's something that you probably already heard about. One of your favorite books or movies probably have followed the hero's journey. It's the main character called into action to overcome a huge adversity. And this story has 3 main parts. First, the departure. Think about Bilbo in The Hobbit leaving the Shire to get onto this huge adventure. Then the initiation. Think about all the challenges Bilbo faced during his journey, particularly fighting a dragon. And then the return, when Bilbo comes back into the Shire being transformed with a sense of victory. And what films or books come to your mind when you hear the hero's journey? Let me know in the comments below. When you rewatch this video, you will notice that I used the same technique. I started with a problem and why it compelled you to act. Now we're in the initiation part, where I, the wise mentor, give you training and a plan on how to overcome these challenges. At the end of the video, it's about celebrating that you've learned 4 new techniques and you can go out in the world transformed and more confident. So how can you use it in your post? This story is great to share personal or client stories. If you don't have any client testimonials, you can use your own weight loss journey as a testimonial. Think about where you were before you made your transformation. Start with the problem that you faced and how it compelled you to act. Continue with your progress. What obstacles did you overcome and how did you overcome them? Notice how you position yourself as the wise mentor. Lastly, share where you are right now and how going through this journey led to a better life. You can use a story like this to gain more likes for your account or end it with a strong call to action, inviting them to send you a DM or to leave a comment if they want a similar transformation. The next story type is future pacing. This type of story allows the reader to imagine themselves in the future. So imagine for a second you told your personal weight loss story with the hero's journey technique. You shared how you struggled with being constantly on a diet just to gain everything back with extra. You knew something had to change because you felt miserable all the time. You shared the lessons learned on this journey about the hand portion, how they gave you control and more flexibility about your eating habits. And now you can enjoy pizza with your family without worrying if you gained weight or fasting the next day. After a few hours, you look at your phone and you see 3 new messages. You open your inbox and see, "Hey Robin, I loved your post. I'm exactly in the same position. I need your help. How can we work together?" See what I did there? I told a story about what is going to happen. I drew the picture about your future when you apply these techniques. And notice how I was very specific about the details. This type of story works really well for an invitation to your program. It could sound like this. You wake up on a beautiful Sunday morning and the sun is shining outside your window and you haven't slept so good in a long time. Full of energy, you throw away your blanket and roll around to sit up. But something is different. You look down and notice the bulging belly fat that you feel every morning when you get out of bed is finally gone. Then proceed to talk about how your program can help them reach this goal. Story type number 3 is the middle of the storm. This is actually something that I got from school way back then. We discussed short stories, and short stories throw you into a situation instead of a lengthy introduction. So you are in the middle of the storm. And the structure is that you open with a problem and then you focus on making it hurt even more. Like this one. When we put so much work into our content, things get emotional when they flop. Remember, you don't need anyone to say, I like this, to know that your message is worth it. That was the caption of this post. So stories don't always have to be pages long. You're sucked in right away. So think about a situation in your life or your fitness journey where you felt like you were thrown into a situation without preparation. Maybe a moment where your partner pinched you in the belly and said out of nowhere, you could lose some weight. And where you were just stuck in shock. And then continue how you wished you handled the situation. The final story that I want to share is the before-after story. My 1-year reflection post follows this story. Being stuck at the job that you love because of the people but not of the work anymore. And now everything has changed and you're fully awake in your new purpose. So in this story, I didn't focus on tactics. Instead, I focused on how they're going to feel when they are changed their lives. So talk about their situation, their problems, their questions, their roadblocks, and that they face. Be specific to create a more vivid image in their head. And then continue with after or the bright future. Talk about how amazing their life is going to be after your solution. So for example, if only there's a way you could look in the mirror in the morning and feel younger and more attractive. Your goal here is to build a gap between where they are and where they want to be. Now you position your program as the bridge between these two gaps. For example, you could say, fill out this brief survey and I will share 3 practical tips with you to get you started losing the first 5 pounds. Get the insight that you need to finally make changes instead of constantly thinking about it. My goal is to give you the best chance to be in the best shape of your life before summer, so you can feel happier and more attractive. Now imagine you are a 35-year-old woman that feels unattractive and like she's getting older and older. This speaks directly to her pain and gives her an easy way to finally reach her goals. I hope you have learned some cool tips on how to use stories on Instagram to engage your audience and draw them closer into your world. If you did, please consider liking this video and subscribing to my channel. I release a new video every Monday on how to clarify your offer and attract your first couple of clients on Instagram. And my next video will actually be about the invitation post to your program. Also, let me know what story you will try on Instagram in the comments below. If you want to reach out personally, here's my Instagram handle, and now check out these videos on creating and planning amazing content.